The January transfer window is a time where some of the top clubs in Europe look for those final pieces to bring them ever so close to silverware. Virgil van Dijk, Martin Odegaard, and Bruno Fernandes are just some January transfers that changed their club's season overnight. And that is why today we will be picking one player that each top club should sign in January. Boys, are we ready?
Sounds good, Millie. But before we get into it, make sure to check out our Patreon. We're nearing 500 patrons. That's the best way to support us. We got all kinds of content. Link is in the description.
And also, before we get into it, Happy New Year from everyone here at Box to Box. We just want to wish you guys a Happy New Year.
Health and happiness next year.
2024 gave us many blessings, and we're hoping for 2025 to be one of the best years of our lives. Boys, let's get into it. The first team up is Barcelona. Boys, who do you think they should sign in January?
So we're all going to give our solutions to Barcelona's January transfer, and then we're going to figure out which one we think should actually happen.
Which one of us came up with the best January transfer for Barcelona?
And it needs to be realistic.
I got a good one.
Let's hear it.
Realistic, I'm not sure. A main issue right now, Rafinha, where do you want to play him? You know, do you want to play him on the left? Do you want to play him cam? We don't know where. We don't even know. Dani Olmo might not be staying. There's that whole sign-up issue. So I say Rafinha cam, go get Leroy Sané.
Leroy
Sané. Well, listen, let's
That's
preface
not getting
this.
my vote, I promise you that.
Listen, let's preface this with Barcelona having a very tumultuous January, let's say, because they cannot have Dani Olmo.
They're trying to sell their VIP seats.
Goodness
$120
gracious.
million worth of VIP seats for the next 20 years or whatever.
So let's just say it's going to be very difficult for them to bring in new players if they can't even get their own players registered for the next 6 months of the season. But boys, listen, Leroy Sané, that's a high-profile player right there.
It's kind of washed.
What's the price tag on him nowadays?
Cheap, that's why. It's for Barcelona. It's cheap. I think Bayern eventually want to move on. I mean, yes, German, I don't know. I
think he's on his way out,
but he's
yeah.
kind of on his way out. But he's played at big clubs, and he continues to he has his pace. He hasn't lost. He hasn't lost
He
it.
dunked on Inter a couple of times.
So Leroy Sané is the first candidate here. Varvar, Firms, who do you think they should sign?
I had similar thinking to Pala, but I just, instead of getting a guy who was on the top and on the way down, for me, I'm thinking get a guy on low. His wages are going to be low. I mean, Yamal, Rafinha, Lewandowski can play in all three positions, to be honest. Go get Omar Marmoush from Frankfurt.
Omar, that's a little reactionary, Varvar.
It's not reactionary, brother.
Opinion.
This guy's had an amazing season for Frankfurt, and I think he's unproven, but that means that his wages are going to be cheap. And at Barcelona, that's what we need, my brother.
Where would you play him? Like a left, like a cam
He can play as
situation?
rotation for all three, to be honest. He can play in all three positions.
I don't know. I don't really see it
That's
happening.
like Xerxes. I'm not a 9, I'm not a 10.
Yeah.
9.5.
No in between, but you know what?
know.
Barca buying, let's say they're buying him a little earlier than everyone else because he is a talent. Firms, who do you think?
I went with the same team as Pala. I went for Joshua Kimmich. He's on his way out. His contract is running out in 2025.
Goodness gracious.
Barcelona needs experience. We've seen it with Lewandowski, and Kimmich slots right in my opinion.
We've
And
seen
the
it with
flick.
Lewandowski.
Well, listen.
The experience of Lewandowski.
Yeah, that's true. It is true. But Flick, it would be a
Flick
Flick.
and Kimmich.
It would be a Flick
Another
signing.
Little
reunion.
Bayern connection there. I see that, gentlemen. But, gentlemen, I think I have a wild one here. His contract runs out in 6 months. If Dani Olmo, it's a bit of an issue. Listen, we need a central attacking midfielder. Brother, let's go to Manchester City. Kevin De Bruyne on a free.
No.
Bring
That
him
one's the
over to
craziest
Barcelona.
one.
Brother,
That's crazy.
brother, you have to think they know how to sign older players. They've signed Lewandowski when he was older, become one of the best players. Gundogan, when he came
Was
over from
ass.
Manchester City, okay, he was not ass when
He was
first-
ass.
Who?
Okay,
Lewandowski.
you can't say Lewandowski was
Lewandowski
an
was
ass
not
signing.
No. Well, Lewandowski wasn't ass signing, but it's more
nice.
Gundogan was ass at Barcelona.
No, he wasn't.
No, he was not.
He was
Barcelona
not.
fans will tell
I
you he
said
was
that
not.
and Barcelona fans ripped me.
No, oh my God.
Okay, you didn't watch.
Listen, they have a
Standards of the
chance.
club.
They have a chance to sign. But people still consider him a very
Wages.
world-class midfielder.
You know KDB's wages?
Brother, sign him on a free. That's
Brother,
why.
that brother's already in San Diego FC, bro. It's not even...
Bro, he's
Listen,
not
Barcelona come calling.
He's
Who's
not
to say that
playing.
Kevin De Bruyne doesn't make the move?
He's not playing at Man City right now. He's not starting.
Exactly. Then even more reason for him to leave because
Okay,
he's not
guys,
getting playing time at
guys,
Manchester
We don't have to
City.
select it. We don't have to select it.
I'm not selecting Omar Marmoush. Let's just say.
Marmoush is more realistic than KDB.
Marmoush, they cannot purchase players. You have to look at the frees, gentlemen.
But after they sell their VIP seats for 120 million,
Yeah.
brother, they're going to be able to purchase
And the little
problem.
Camp News, you know,
Yeah,
the little miniature
mini
one?
Camp News.
No,
I would
many
buy
two.
one.
All right, gentlemen, we have to decide on one player to go to Barcelona. Who do we
You
say?
cannot vote for yourself.
I will not
no,
vote for
definitely
myself.
Barvar start.
Kimmich.
Kimmich in January is a little rough.
Oh, but KDB in January.
Sign him now, and then bring him for the summer, gentlemen.
This guy's stunning.
It's literally Kimmich.
No,
Okay, well,
listen, I'll give my vote for Kimmich. Honestly,
I'm guaranteed sure Kimmich is not leaving Bayern, but I will say Kimmich because in a theoretical world.
Bro, Omar Marmoush is a good signing.
And I'll go Leroy Sané.
What?
Bro, you
VIP seats,
you
bro.
gotta be realistic too. Leroy
Realistic.
Sané, left wing, I see him starting there.
Yep. Kind of drip. Firms. Imagine in a Barca kit, Leroy Sané.
I see it.
but he is not starting. He will not be starting.
Left wing.
Okay.
Who else is gonna start?
Dani
Fermin
Olmo
Lopez
and
has been playing
Rafinha.
there.
So they're going to be able to sign Sané but not register Dani Olmo. Okay, I got it.
But they're gonna be able to sign Omar Marmoush.
Well, my assumption is that Dani Olmo and Marmoush are good.
This brother got the loopholes.
So we think Joshua Kimmich is the player Barcelona should try to sign in January. Gentlemen, let's head over to the next team. It is the mighty Blues, Chelsea. Who do you think they should sign in January?
This was one of the toughest ones on
Yeah.
the list because, brother, they already got 2 players at every position practically.
Yeah.
Who do they need?
Yeah.
Unless they sell half the team, who do they really need?
And realistically, like you look at the team, I don't really see much weaknesses. Is that
Now
crazy
all
to
of a
say?
sudden they're in the winning way. I'm sure there would have been a lot of weaknesses if they were losing games.
That's for sure.
Now, this Enzo Fernandez patch of form, is it just a patch of form or is it actually like
Oh,
him?
he's gearing up to
No.
buy a midfielder.
But also, Reece James at right back. There's a lot of question marks there, and Malagusto's not the healthiest either. So maybe you can get a guy who plays right back and center mid. Let's
Okay.
go out there and get Joshua Kimmich. I mean, we already mentioned him before.
That's
but
crazy.
Center mid and right back can play both positions. Let's say there's injuries or around the squad, he can fill in at both positions.
I like the fit, but I just don't see him in a Chelsea kid. for
Yeah, I
some
don't
reason.
see him in a Chelsea kid whatsoever.
Like, do you see him in the Prem? I feel like
no,
he might.
he doesn't plays like too much like a.
Damn.
I said it.
Hey, that's a bleep city. Pala, Firms, who do you think Chelsea should sign?
I went for a little bit of an egregious shout,
Me
but I
too.
think it's a market opportunity.
Firms, I'm looking at yours now.
Osimhen
No,
from
no.
Galatasaray or Napoli. I don't even know who owns him
That's
right now.
the
Is it still
problem.
Napoli?
I was about to change it because I was just thinking
you
right
put
now.
Osimhen too?
Yeah, I was just thinking how can we change? Like, how can this even happen? It can't because
Yeah, it can. I don't
think so.
it's a loan. You would have to break a loan to buy.
But
from
they
the
have a
original-
clause that they can break the loan in January to sell him.
Okay, Firms, we're good, bro.
We good.
Sign
Osimhen
Osimhen.
to Chelsea. Here we go.
And it's not because I don't think Nicholas Jackson
Oh, definitely not.
is definitely good. It's
Yeah.
definitely good enough. But it's Osimhen and Chelsea almost had 100% agreement with Napoli and Osimhen. The only problem was the wages. 'Cause
Yeah.
Chelsea for some reason want to pay 100 mil for players, but not on high wages.
And it seems like Osimhen is a fan of every team, including Chelsea, so it works out.
We see him in
He
that
loves
club.
every club. seen it.
Samsung Chelsea kid.
And listen, after playing at Galatasaray, I'm sure if Chelsea come calling, he wouldn't mind.
Gone.
He's gonzo. He's gonzo. And Napoli cut price. Let him go in January. Cut your losses. I also see Osimhen as an opportunistic signing as
You put
well.
him too?
I put him as well, gentlemen, because
You
listen,
guys can't vote for yourselves, so
No,
no.
no.
That's perfect. I'm
voting Osimhen.
I vote for Millie.
listen, I do think Osimhen is the opportunity here, the golden goose, to so to say, in the January transfer window. But boys,
Osimhen's for a different team, I put him.
I think because three of us put Osimhen
Yeah.
as the Chelsea player, he is automatically the player that we want to sign. Boys, we are getting. Anyways, gentlemen, the next team we'll be going to is in Italy. It is the mighty Juventus. Boys, who do we think the old lady should sign in January?
This has already been publicly said, mine. So
Me too.
Oh, yeah?
Antonio Silva.
Interesting.
Didn't you say the
What
brother was
cost-
ass when I picked him up in
Yeah,
in
that's
an
why.
auction?
Juve is ass. Antonio Silva is ass.
Great
It's
analysis.
a perfect fit for each other.
Proper analysis.
That's proper footy analysis
But
right there.
Jorge
Baba.
Mendes came out said Juventus want Antonio Silva and Antonio Silva wants Juventus. So I mean, it's already
It's
there.
a synergy.
It's fitting.
But
Yeah.
how's the transfer? Like, is it a 40 million
gonna be a
transfer?
loan. It's gonna be a
Maybe
loan.
35, something like that.
No, it's a loan till the end of the season, a cheap loan, and then obligation to buy.
And then you force him to stay.
Yeah. Bro, you worked with Conceição,
I see it happening.
run it back.
Antonio Silva is a very, very expensive signing.
No, not anymore. The money
I-
will follow him.
Yeah, it's
He sits on the
definitely going to
bench,
be over
Millie.
50 million.
Apparently, he sits on the bench.
Thomas Araujo overtook him for center back spot
Yeah.
at Benfica.
Araujo stocks.
To the roof.
The best Araujo in the world at center back, to be honest.
Really, that's crazy work. I like that shout, and I think it's very probable. But I said another probable one that's also rumored: Fikayo Tomori.
Tomori.
Listen,
Tomori.
Serie A proven. links up with Kalulu once again. Milan provide Juventus with our
That's
future
crazy.
backline. And Tomori, would you say Tomori can play? I mean, Kalulu could play fullback.
No, Tomori.
Yeah, but the pairing is
more of a
Tomori
center back.
Kalulu.
And if you're able to do a swap deal with Danilo too,
Bro,
two birds, one
I don't
stone.
want to hear this. This is
That's 2
stupid
wins.
rumors.
We get
Gentlemen.
2 wins at once.
If Milan management allows this again, they did it with Kalulu first, and they replaced him with Emerson
We'll get
Royale.
to Milan and Danilo.
Yeah,
alone, my
exactly.
God.
Don't worry. We'll get to those treacherous twins soon, firms.
I
Don't worry.
went for a little bit of an egregious shout again. Pau Torres. He hasn't been having an amazing season at Aston Villa. Feel like he could swoop in maybe a 50 mil, 60 mil signing for Juventus.
I think we need to understand
Where did you get
that
this from?
Juventus will not be spending 50 million in
Oh,
January.
we will be spending 50
I-
in January.
They really need a center back.
Yeah,
like
I
Gatti
also
Kalulu for
think-
the entire season is not enough.
I also think they need a center back, which is why when I did my research for this, there was 2 names that popped up. Antonio Silva was one, which I didn't think was realistic, and another one was David Hanko from Feyenoord, which brother.
saw the
This brother
reports.
went on Twitter
Oh
and
my
looked up
God.
Juventus transfer
That's
rumors.
cheap. Cop out.
It's not really a cop out because then I'm looking for other defenders
Really,
that
what's
fit that
Hanko
profile.
good at?
Progressive passes. He's one of the most attacking CBs in Europe, 99th percentile in almost everything defensively. So I think that's a perfect signing for Juventus. And go fuck yourself. Wanka. I did my research for this video, gentlemen. Do not test me. But Hanko for 35 million, 40 million to
Getting
Juventus.
Bro,
It's all his.
Hanko for 35 mil. Spend 50 on Torres and you're already better.
Bro, Torres, we wanted
Torres-
Torres when he
Yes.
first came from Villarreal, no?
Yeah.
We wanted him and we got the...
But why would Aston Villa sell one of their players if they're
Yeah.
competitive?
No, firms, he's been...
Because
You
it's
said he hasn't been good.
Is Juve bigger than Aston Villa? I'd hope
Of
so.
course. He's been better, though.
In 2024,
good.
who's in the top 5 of
Big
CL?
2024.
Pau Torres has
In
been good.
2025, now we have to start saying.
Okay,
Maybe.
this is an odd
So-
list of names.
We got Hanko. Who did you say?
Tomori
Tomori and
Antonio Silva.
Antonio Silva.
and Pau Torres. So it seems like we
Pau
need a center
Torres.
back.
Well, Pau Torres is not happening.
I don't think it's realistic enough, unfortunately. He's very important for Aston Villa.
Hanko, no one gives a shit.
Most realistic out of all of them.
I guess I'm just
are we-
gonna have to say Tomori.
Are we voting the best or the most realistic?
I guess package.
Combination of both.
Yeah, culmination.
Unfortunately, Milan, Juve, treacherous twins. They love to share and swap sloppy seconds. So
That's crazy.
Tomori, welcome to Juventus in my books. You got my vote.
What did you say?
Tomori.
Yeah, I'll go Tomori too.
No, who did you say? Who did you say?
I said
Antonio Silva.
Antonio Silva.
Bro, I kind of like. I'm gonna say Antonio Silva just because.
I like Antonio Silva too, but in January I don't
How
know.
old's Tomori?
28.
28. But he's still got
Yeah,
it.
I mean you should have for 5 years.
Yeah.
So we all agree Juventus definitely need a center back in January. It is none other than Fikayo Tomori. Welcome to Juventus. The next team up, gentlemen, we are headed back to England. It is Liverpool, league leaders, also Champions League leaders as well. So these guys are the consensus best team in the world. Who do we think they should sign in January?
Listen, they're leading. I mean, just looking at them, they're winter champions of Champions League. Technically, they're top of the table
Yep.
and of the Premier League. So you can't really fix much. I think everyone is working well in that system, except for one thing. And Liverpool fans complain about this sometimes. It's a fullback. It's a left back. Some say, oh, bro, just scaff Tsimikas there until you get a summer transfer. But I think you want to compete with in the Premier League and in the Champions League this season. You need more
world
depth.
class.
Get cash.
Kerkesh Milos.
He can play advanced. He can play defensive fullback.
Very good player, but just not going to be sold in January.
You don't think-
Bournemouth are having too good. I would have put, you know how many times I would have put Dean Huijsen on this list? How many times I would have put Kerkez on this list? But Bournemouth aren't selling players in January, bro.
But I mean, there's a lot of like.
Yeah, but Liverpool comes calling.
Yeah.
Spend they got money.
Bro,
Okay, so in the summer, they'll say, just wait till the summer and then we'll sell you. I don't.
But we can say that
don't
about every one of these transfers.
No, like Nuno Mendes, who I have as my choice. That
boy.
brother is not looking like he kind of wants to leave in January because the contract negotiations aren't going to plan. And Nuno Mendes is a top level fullback.
That's a good.
I think consensus he's top 5 as a fullback.
Not for me.
Better than
Yes.
Marco.
Not in my books.
Comma.
But regardless, that's trouble for Liverpool because then you get into a bidding war with probably other teams because there's I've seen a couple names interested in
At least the players available. Kerkez, it's hello. We would like to purchase Milos. The line hung up.
Don't hear anything on that side. The thing is, I do have Kerkesh as well. I think that is the ideal player to sign for long-term planning You know, Robertson, he's really not that same guy that he was 5-6 years ago. And Tsimikas, he's near the same age. He's 29, and he's really not at that level, like an elite fullback level. You need to start planning for the future. Kerkez would be that guy. But I do agree, you kind of have to drop the bag for him in January.
But you'll be doing the same on Nuno Mendes.
It's true.
Nuno Mendes has a way higher pedigree than Kerkez.
Kerkez has
More
higher
proven.
upside.
He's played in those international tournaments.
but
He's
Kerkez
played in
played in the
Champions
Prem.
League. He's
Proven in the
he's
Prem?
been good. He's been good
Yeah, but
for
Nuno is the better player.
But I think Nuno would get more attention from other teams as well. Like he could pick from a lot of teams.
Exactly.
Kerkez,
If Kerkez is available in January, he can pick from a lot of teams.
And look at
also.
Caicedo. Look at other, like Liverpool drops out of bidding wars. They're known to drop out of bidding wars.
It's crazy.
Caicedo, they were in the bidding war. It's just Caicedo didn't want to join him.
Went to the mighty Blues. But it's crazy. We got left backs because I got another left back and his name is Ait Nouri from Wolves. I think it's a good fit. If the bag, bro, Liverpool pays that bag, he's going.
Terrible fit, in my personal opinion.
You think?
I don't know.
Terrible
but
fit because on the right side, if you got Trent, my brother, you can't have Ainuri on the other
Yeah.
side.
No, but
Who-
the thing
who
is
will be
that-
defending.
two center backs.
No, but
welcome
Trent,
to Real Madrid.
Trent has been moving in midfield. And basically,
He
Robertson
hasn't
has
done
been
that.
like,
He hasn't done that in, I think, a long time for him.
oh, you have not watched Liverpool this season.
No.
Trent?
You have not been. I know
No,
Liverpool
you
fans will
have
defend
not been
me
watching.
because, brother, every single time Mo Salah's on that right wing, it's always Trent playing right back. But it's okay.
Yeah.
Yes, no, but Trent moves in the midfield.
No, he
He
doesn't.
doesn't overlap like
He
Ait Nouri
doesn't.
does.
He doesn't.
Oh, this brother's not watching.
So, gentlemen, we have all the names here. Who do we officially think Liverpool should sign in January?
Bro, this is so rigged because every single time I think I should vote for myself.
Can I vote for Millie?
Like now I have to say I have to say Kerkez because I can't vote for Nouri, so it's got to be Kerkez.
Okay, I'll say Nuno Mendes just make you feel better.
It's Nuno Mendes here, bro.
I think it's
I mean, if I say Paulo Kerkez,
Nuno
Think-
Mendes.
No, you.
I can't.
Nuno Mendes is just as attacking as Ait Nouri. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but he's better defensively.
Than Ait Nouri?
Yes, Nouri, bro.
Yeah,
I could probably beat Nouri one-on-one.
He also plays for Wolves. Listen, I'll give you the vote, but to say that Ait Nouri is not a good
You're
fit
giving
is
Nuno
crazy.
Mendes the vote?
Yeah.
what? So there's a tie.
Millie, I'm giving you the vote.
God
No,
damn.
I'm giving Nouri the vote.
Okay, I'm giving Millie the vote.
I'm giving Kerkez the vote.
There's no. Do you see
who
the
is it?
rig? Do you see how rigged this is?
Who wins?
What,
we're gonna have to move those dots 17 times.
Actually, no. We do this. Me and Millie can't vote. When you say the same player, you can't vote.
Yeah.
Now you guys decide.
It's Nuno Mendes.
I'll go Nuno. But wait, who did you vote?
Kerkez.
And you?
Kerkez.
I'll switch to Kerkez then. I don't care.
You didn't vote Kerkez, bro.
Me? I voted for Millie.
I voted for Paulo.
You're a
That's
bro.
such
You're
a
a
cop-out. That's
no,
such
you're
a
copped out.
cop-out.
You voted for Nouri after shitting on him just so that Kerkez
I
would
said
win.
Kerkez. I said Kerkez.
Then you changed-
but
you
he
said-
said Nuno Mendes. You said Nuno Mendes, and then he voted for his own f***ing player.
Because Paulo picked for Kerkez.
What?
Gentlemen, in all seriousness, we need a name here. Let's officially say who we think Liverpool should sign.
Kerkez.
I'll go for Kerkez now. No, because I'll be a hypocrite.
Clean-
I have Nuno somewhere else.
Millie, who do you got?
I got Ait Nouri.
Nice, good. I have Nuno Mendes.
Oh wait, what the f just happened?
You lost.
Nouri won or what the f?
Ait Nouri's won.
Whatever. Whatever.
Good luck editing that one, boss.
Good luck.
That's a cut.
After much deliberation here, we have decided Kerkez is the signing that Liverpool should make. The next team, gentlemen, it is, we're going back to Italy. It is Inter Milano. Who do we think they should sign in January?
Now make sure to factor in the finances in this
Yeah.
deal.
Yes, I
Because
did.
the
Heavy
brothers
on the
are not
finances.
spending.
Milan fan, by the way.
Who
Now-
spends more every
Milan
season?
fan saying
spends
this.
more
Now,
every
okay,
season.
the finances are taken into account for my deal.
Good.
It's a good player that's available for cheap and on loan, Kolomuani.
Not
What the f?
What?
Not
Why
that
would
not?
never
Why?
happen.
Yeah.
Kolomuani is-
On loan?
Yes.
That would
On
never
loan,
happen.
okay.
On loan. Why
That's
would it
not
never
happening.
happen?
Yeah,
We would
no.
never,
6
we would
months
never
loan?
do. He wouldn't get a starting spot.
He's a backup
crazy.
striker.
But why pay such a heavy loan
yeah.
for a backup striker?
Because, brother, Lautaro Martinez this season, brother, in
but we're
conversations,
still
we have,
scoring.
this guy's not even been top 20 striker in Serie A.
Kolomuani is leaving in January. Sold in
Yes.
January.
No, he's
Sold.
being loaned.
Yeah, that's a thing. He might
They-
actually
they
get
said-
sold.
they
being
just-
loaned.
I read a tweet like an hour ago. Sold in
He's not
January.
being sold. I promise you.
That's
don't
good.
like that one.
Kolomuani. Listen, if we sign a Kolomuani, that means we got pulled. So, like,
If Kolomuani gets sold, $20 bet.
Well, and if he
Sold.
doesn't-
These
Loan.
side bets.
I got loans,
Okay.
you got sold.
That's
wanna sell him.
terrible.
They want to sell him. A sell is much less likely
I'm
than a
talking
loan.
about the end, what happens in reality.
If he goes to Inter on loan, I'll give you $100.
No.
Yeah, there we go. That's what I thought. That's all I needed to hear. Pala, Firms, who do you think Inter should sign?
Listen, you want to go first?
Yeah, sure.
Mine's exotic, so I'm going to wait.
I went for a center back, and his name is Ta. He has an expiring contract.
Fabrizio Romano already said Inter too broke for that.
Really?
Yeah.
I have Jonathan
check
Tah
what he
there.
bounced.
I think you just gotta make it happen.
You have him also?
Make it happen. Yes, of course.
Oh.
Center back.
Millie,
has
why
been-
is it always you glazing on someone?
Brother, I had my players picked before anyone else.
That's not
here.
true.
That's not
You
true.
just did them right before the video.
Yeah. Millie, who should Inter sign? What do you guys need? That's the text I got from Varvar FC.
That's crazy.
About an hour ago.
Exposed.
Exposed.
So don't test me, brother.
No, but what's wrong with the Ta deal?
It's because
Way too expensive. Barcelona are going to get him.
Yeah, but Barcelona can't even sign their own players. So listen,
But, the
might be a
wages,
little
he
tough.
earns a lot?
Taz on my list.
Ta, I think,
Just not
is the
for Inter.
ideal. That would be the dream Inter signing in my
Check
opinion.
bouncing on that one, though.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Free transfer. Center back has Beppe Marotta written all over.
And Pala, who do you got? Because right now, Taz not looking too hot in my vote.
Colomwani owner, by the way.
This is exotic, and it's very realistic for Inter.
Let's hear it.
From Udinese, Lorenzo Luca.
Lorenzo, the 6'7" behemoth
That's
that
actually
turns
good.
like a semi
No,
truck.
that's
No, that's
horrendous.
Bro,
I don't know. I don't
he's
think we
been
need- I
love
very
that
good
shout.
this season. He's Italian. He's in Serie A.
Yes.
It's cheap. It's a low risk, high reward situation.
And under Inzaghi, this guy would ball out.
Yes.
Bro, that's more expensive than a Colomwani loan deal.
That is true.
No,
though.
but you don't own anything with the loan.
Yeah, but then in summer, you can go for a Nico Paz.
But you just spent on a loan which you're not getting back.
Nico Paz.
Yeah, but Nico Paz has a summer deal, unfortunately.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah,
my
I
summer
think
pick.
so.
I would have picked Nico Paz, but it's unrealistic.
But Millie, are you spending 30 million on Luca? Is that like a possibility?
It's not a need right now, in my opinion. I think for Inter, center back is the glaring need. Acerbi might not even come back this season. We're going to be stuck with De Vrij as our only center back. Bastoni might have to come in.
Probably
so-
underrated.
De Vrij is very underrated, in my honest opinion. He's been
In
very,
Serie A?
very
No
good this
problem.
season. But I do think center back. Jonathan Tah would be my pick. Unfortunately,
So let's cut the bullshit. Colomwani wins, right?
I actually like Luca. I think he fits more because
Okay,
he's
Ta, I
Italian
vote
too.
Ta. I vote
Tah's
Ta.
the pick, bro. Tah's
I
the
don't
pick.
like Todd because I have
Oh,
someone
Ta,
on
I would
the
vote
team.
for... Oh,
Yeah.
Can I vote for you?
Sure.
There's
Okay.
this stupid loophole, but yeah, okay, go.
Well, I mean, if two people pick the same player, that means that they're like-minded.
What do you not understand for you can't vote for your own player?
But,
But I'm
that, no,
not
because then it's a
saying I'm
negative
going to pick
loophole.
my player.
Then saying something that somebody else said actually hurts you.
Bro, get off my dick, bro.
Bro, no one voting for you. There's no one on your dick. No one even looking at your dick.
It's crazy.
But Colomwani would hit that Inter. I'm not going to
He would, but that's very unrealistic.
Colomwani is not happening. Inter, Marotta hates wasting money on things that he doesn't own. So I'm going with Ta.
So we have agreed Tah should be the signing for Inter this January, which I definitely agree with. But now we are heading to another team that we'll have some conversation about. Gentlemen, we're headed to Manchester. It's Manchester United. Who should they sign in January?
I almost
I'll
wanted to
pick mine
write.
last.
I almost wanted to write like who don't they need in January. There's so many positions that I would fill here.
True. For
Even
real.
with like 15 to 20 mil options like a Mazraoui. If you can find multiple Mazraouis in January,
That'd be nuts.
For this one, the winner better be a good deal on relatively cheap for a very good player.
okay. So you can't make that requirement because your player is probably very cheap, shit, good deal. I said Cunha because you need a player that can
Cunha.
play in multiple different positions. Cunha, I think, can fit into your Amorim shit 5-back system and can fit in anything else Amorim wants to do.
I
kinda see the
like
fit.
Cunha, but it's just going to be too expensive, and I don't think
Yeah.
Wolves have a reason to sell. In my
Right?
opinion.
They're going to be in a relegation battle dogfight, so like they're going to need all their best players.
They get relegated.
Unless they get a bag
Yeah, but bro,
and a half.
you gotta think these players have a chance to move up in their career. They're gonna take it.
Yes, but
Yes.
Cunha, I think, come the summertime, and look, I'm not gonna. I would love Cunha at Manchester United. Come the summertime, there's gonna be a lot more options than just Manchester United. So if Manchester United is your top priority, you can go to like, let's say, a better placed team like Arsenal or something like that right now.
I see that. Boys.
I don't know. I think Manchester United is missing a left wing back because Dalo has not been performing. So
I know.
don't tell me you put Nuno Mendes just like me.
I didn't put Nuno Mendes, but I do think left
Thank
wing
God.
back is a cause for concern. Mainly because, listen, I'm not saying Luke Shaw is bad, But brother, he
Oh,
got
I
to
am.
play.
Left wing back hasn't played left wing back even
I
when he
am.
was healthy. He's played left center.
Number
back.
one hater.
Good. Keep him there. Because Malacia ain't that guy
Oh, he's
for
not.
left wing back.
Definitely not.
So,
spend big on Nuno Mendes. I think 60, 70 million gets the deal done. If not
But wait,
less,
who
to
does
be
Millie
honest.
have as his left wing
I
back
have-
option? Federico Di Marco?
he's all yours, bro. I have Fulham's Anthony Robinson as a realistic transfer in January.
Not bad.
I think, listen, he has proven at Fulham that he is a very, very good left wing back. And at that age, 27, it's not a development signing. That is a perfect January signing to steer the ship, keep it calm on that left side, and you're going to have some quality.
For me,
there.
that's just it's not realistic. I think if a Milos Kerkez would fit a lot more the age profile that Ineos is looking for rather than Anthony Robinson. But I love Anthony Robinson. I think he's an amazing player. I didn't go left wing back. I didn't go like you guys.
Really?
I went more the Pala route. One of those guys that can fill one of those 3 front positions.
Swiss Army knives.
More realistic, though, in my personal opinion, than Pala's. I went for Christopher Nkunku.
Listen, I'm not
Not
saying
bad.
it won't happen, but
He's getting substitute minutes and Conference League minutes at Chelsea. I don't think that a player who was on the Ballon d'Or nominee list a couple years ago is happy just getting Conference League minutes. I think he's gonna, if an opportunity comes to go to a Manchester United, he's gonna take it. And I think he fits Amorim perfectly.
But do you think Chelsea would sell to Manchester
Yeah, I
United?
don't think
We sold to Sancho to Chelsea. There's no reason for them to not sell to us. We bought Mason Mount also a couple years ago. Manchester United, Chelsea sell players to each other.
low-key,
Yeah, and you guys all
I
get
see it.
scammed. It never
I see
works
it.
out.
I see
This
it.
one
It's an
I think is not going to
opportunity.
be 50 mil for Nkunku. I think is a good deal.
Oh, insane deal.
Yeah, I think
50 mil.
If it's 50 million, I think I give my vote for Nkunku there.
Yeah, me too.
But I don't like. I think you guys need a lot more than just Nkunku.
Oh,
but
I agree. I agree. But I think Nkunku would be an amazing start. Imagine you have Nkunku, Bruno, Ahmad, all rotating up in those.
It's
two
also
camp
a
positions.
star signing, and you guys need that right now because you need some confidence.
But Star, it's a star from the past. It's like
Well, from a year ago.
currently. I know, but just look at him currently. He hasn't played in the Premier League consistently for the
But when he's
season.
played, he's been good.
He played in Conference League.
He's a
But when he
baller.
gets substitute minutes, his stats are really good. He's a good player in the Premier League.
I mean, just watch it.
Just
It's
Jackson's
not-
in front
it's
of him.
not
How old is he
Ballon
though?
d'Or.
24?
He's 25, I think.
25?
26.
It's
Okay.
not Ballon d'Or list in Kunku anymore, but for 50, if it can get done for 50 mil, I don't see it happening. That's my vote. I like Kunku.
Baller.
My first win. Let's go.
So we think Nkunku is the player that Manchester United should go for in January. That would be quite a pickup. The next team, though, we are headed to Bavaria. It is Bayern Munich, boys. Who do you think the Giants should sign in January?
My name has been said, but I think it fits more for Bayern Munich. And this deal almost got closed, I think, last summer. Fabrizio Romano said, I think it fell apart in the last couple days of the transfer window. But Jonathan Tah to Bayern, German lad, stays, proven in the Bundesliga, replace Upamecano, which Favre doesn't necessarily like.
It's a good one.
Goes to a rival though?
I'm not going to cap. That's a good one.
That is a good
A
one.
rival, it almost happened this summer.
If I had thought about that
Yeah.
shit, I would have.
But that would have been an outright sale.
I feel like Leverkusen nowadays is trying to keep their players because they actually see themselves as
he's
leaders
not
of the league.
resigning.
Yeah, Tah's actually.
Taz officially said that he's going to...
No, but I'm saying to a rival like Bayern.
Listen, Jonathan Tah to Bayern wouldn't be the first time Bayern go for their league's best. But it's all up to Tah now because now in January he could decide wherever he wants to go. It ain't about the club no more.
I don't know. I went for a more of an advanced forward. I went for Rashford, who is going to be joining Kane. He's going to be joining Musiala. He's going to be joining a lot of Englishmen or English-speaking people that I think he fits. Left wing, with Sane out of the door.
Look,
It's a good deal.
I would love it, but
I would love it.
But I don't think that's realistic.
But Bayern don't need that drama.
Mine transfer, okay? Harry Kane is not getting younger. How old is he now? 32, 33.
Oh, so you're looking for a replacement?
Not a replacement, an understudy. Someone that you may be able to buy for relatively cheap. And Matisse Tel has proved that I don't think he's that understudy to Kane. I think he's going to be playing a different position other than striker. Evan Ferguson from Brighton.
No.
He's a backup. In case Kane gets injured, I think Evan Ferguson could low-key step up in some of those big games.
What has he done to deserve a Bayern move recently?
No, he's
Well,
been bad.
it's not going to be it's not going to be the 80 mil Evan Ferguson move that was quoted a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
It's going to be that 30 mil,
Why would
25 mil.
Why would Brighton sell in such a low? A player that
Because-
was once 100 mil.
He's not going to be ahead of João Pedro. He's not
Yeah,
going to
I
be
know.
ahead of Welbeck. He's not going to be ahead of all these striker options that Brighton have. So he's not, you might as
But
well
like
just-
Millie said, if you can't
It's
get
pure profit.
if you
Evan
can't get
Ferguson
in
is pure
front
profit.
of Danny Welbeck, then what makes you get a move to Bayern Munich?
as a backup.
And what's like I know they're different play styles, but Ferguson and Tell, like same type of profile, that they're young.
Matisse Tell is very different to a Harry Kane. Evan Ferguson to a Harry Kane, it's not that much. Like,
I don't think so. Evan Ferguson's direct. He's like, bro, Harry Kane plays his own type of position. You can never find a direct Harry
I
Kane
agree,
play.
but it's a lot easier to play with Evan Ferguson up top than Matisse Tell, in my personal opinion.
Listen, that's a pretty crazy shot. I don't know how Bayern fans would react to an Evan Ferguson transfer, but for me, I did go the English Premier League route as well. In that left back, LCB position, I have Ben Chilwell frozen out from Chelsea.
Not bad.
That's horrendous.
No, that's not bad.
I really
With
don't think
Davies
it's that
going
bad.
out of the door.
Bro, Ben Chilwell.
Yes,
is
he already
like a
has one
Leicester
foot out the
City
door.
level player
They've
right
already made signings like Eric Dyer. They've made signings
And they
from the
worked
Premier
out.
League that
That's what
work
matters.
out. Ben Chilwell will get minutes, will get playing time, especially if Alphonso Davies decides to call it a day at Bayern Munich. Who's to say that Ben Chilwell doesn't get more minutes later on in the season?
Who's better, Guerrero or Ben Chilwell?
That's the thing. I was just going to
do-
say that.
I do think
think you're just
Guerrero's not
downgrading.
that caliber.
Yeah. Guerrero
I-
is so much better.
I don't
So
think
much
so.
better.
Chilwell, like
Chilwell is horrendous, but whatever. That's okay. That's okay. My vote goes
Horrendous
to,
why though? Horrendous why? Give me an explanation as to why.
He hasn't played consistent football in years since Thomas Tuchel was there. Hasn't
All
played.
right, but when he did, was he not one of the better players on Chelsea?
He
Sure.
uses it for
But
Mason
that's
Mount, but he doesn't
3
use
years
it for
ago.
Chilwell.
Oh, okay. But now, like, why? He can't go to Bayern Munich and get playing time, get minutes?
It's tough. There's a lot
This
of.
guy was
they have
linked
Guerrero.
to relegation teams in the Prem this summer, and like you said, what has he done to deserve a Bayern move in the last 3 years?
Well, it's not his fault he gets frozen out because there's 40 different players.
It is his fault.
that
He's
come from
never
Chelsea.
healthy, and he's ass when he plays.
Evan Ferguson, if he was better than he got injured, but if he was better than Danny Welbeck or João Pedro, he'd get minutes.
I see
He
both
doesn't.
sides, but if you
Yeah,
guys
and
want
he's healthy.
Well, my vote's Jonathan Tah.
But Firms didn't say his vote.
Yes, I did. Rashford.
Oh shit. Okay, that's true.
Oh, I didn't say my
I
vote,
tried
though.
to forget
Rashford.
about Rashford.
I think right now, realistically, Jonathan Tah would probably be the pick. If I can't pick Ben Chilwell, then
Who'd you say, Varva?
Jonathan Tah. I said for my player, Evan Ferguson.
Okay.
I
Tah
don't
it
see
is.
that profile as ever happening.
I'm just not gonna vote then.
So we made our pick. Jonathan Tah is a signing that Bayern Munich should go for in January. The next team up, though, is one that has had a disastrous start to the season, and it has not let up since December. Gentlemen, it's Manchester City. Who do we think they should sign in January?
Physicality, 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 physicality. Man City are missing physicality.
They're missing everything.
They keep bringing in these bums like Gundogan and KDB and stuff like that into the team. They're bums now. Honestly, physically, you can have one of them. You can have a lot of them. So you need physicality in that team. Rico Lewis at CDM. I mean, come on, I could probably push that guy off the ball. So
You're making some crazy shouts about yourself today, Barbara.
I'm saying Ederson from Atalanta.
Damn.
I put Ederson as well.
a good signing.
He's that new prototype of midfielders that plays
the
both
modern-day
attacking,
Gundogan.
plays defensively. He's everywhere on the pitch, box to box.
That is not a bad shot at all, Paula.
Box to
What
box
did you say?
certified.
I've said this name before. Also Brazilian Douglas Luiz. I mean, you guys already. If you haven't heard on the podcast already, I said you get him on a loan and then option to buy at the end of the season. Prem proven. He wouldn't be the same position as Ederson, a different role. But with KDB getting less minutes, you can have that box to box type midfielder that's also creative up front.
A little opportunity.
The question is, why would Atalanta sell? Unless
Ederson?
it's
Bag
like
is
a
coming.
bag. Unless it's like a bag.
70 million.
Yeah, I do think
It has
Manchester
been
City.
said that he does not want to renew his contract at Bergamo.
So just call it a day. Sell him straight to City.
Gasperini though, very stubborn.
Very stubborn. He
And
would
Man
rather
City are
keep him.
desperate.
That's the thing. So in my opinion, I do think it's realistic that they spend a bag and a half this January, almost like Chelsea did about 2 years ago. My pick for this was a Brighton CDM. Was Carlos Baleba.
Oh, nice.
Very good player.
who
That's
I
a
do
Man
think-
United summer transfer window.
So Man United has him lined up in the summer, but who's to say Man City don't have him lined up in January?
I love that Shaw Millie.
This
I
brother,
do, he's very
don't think he's-
physical.
I don't think he's
this
Man
guy
City ready.
is a machine.
Yeah, he's
I do
insane.
think this is the profile that Manchester City need.
I'm counting how many letters. It's a 11-letter word. Starts with a G, potentially.
Generation.
I don't think we're gonna go that route.
Not yet.
Potentially, I'm saying potentially.
Is that the name you have? That's
All
not the
I'm-
name
yeah.
I have written down.
He's got the skill set. He's got the
Brother,
skill set.
Moises Caicedo, he might be even better than Moises Caicedo was at Brighton.
No.
So, gentlemen, who's to say he doesn't go to Manchester City? They drop the bag.
Brighton ain't selling mid-season though.
Yep.
No.
Yeah, but that's like 100 mil right there.
Yeah, that's
100 mil.
like
see it
That's
happening.
100, easy 100.
Yeah, after they got 100 for Caicedo after a year and a half, that's easy 100.
That's
You got my vote,
crazy.
Millie.
I do think City could drop the bag though. That's my opinion.
Hipsters FC, stand up. You got my vote.
I'd rather Ederson for a bag.
Look,
Ederson's good value though.
if
Both
we're
of them are
taking
good.
realism into account, I gotta give my vote to Douglas Luiz. I'm not gonna cap. Well, I could give my vote to Ederson technically, no,
Yeah.
because that's what you guys. Ederson. What a great signing, Firms. What a great idea you had.
So Ederson's the pick then, gentlemen.
Yeah, I think Ederson's a good. But I think
Douglas
they're
Luiz is
all
not
good
bad.
options.
I think honestly, if you went out in January, Man City got Douglas Luiz and Ederson, I would consider
That's
that
a
very
10
good
out of 10.
So Atalanta's Ederson is the player that we think should go to Manchester City in January. Gentlemen, the next team up, we are headed back to Milano, but it is the red side of Milano. It is AC Milan. Who should they sign in January?
What
So-
positions do you guys think?
Everything.
That's
Strikers,
cap.
Get
left
good
wing,
players in.
right wing, center mid, LCM, RCM,
every possession,
CDM, Cam.
bar
Everything.
layout. I don't even know if Teo's like that, but bar every position, you can find a player that.
Firms.
No.
I'm not going to cap. I'm not going to cap. I was thinking of putting Teo on a number of these teams.
I don't see it.
Very,
it's not
very
crazy.
close
But
to
January, it's not January.
Yeah,
Yeah,
January
that
they
ain't a
wouldn't
January.
sell.
That's a summer.
They wouldn't sell.
But
Milan need, I would say, center back, possibly, definitely a right back again, which is crazy, and a
But realistically,
midfielder.
you're not signing a right back.
No, we're not. So I went for a midfielder, and I went with one that fans will actually love because he's Italian and we need Italians. Samuele Ricci from Torino.
I thought about him, Firms, but that's a summer signing, in my opinion. I don't think that'll
His
happen.
contract is running out. Torino might want to cash in a little bit of money. I think he's gone for like 20 mil.
Do you have a good
No,
relationship? With
no,
Torino?
no.
I don't know.
How much did he say?
20, 2-0.
No,
He's a 20
not triple, but double that minimum.
Yeah.
Double.
Because Man
He's
City,
40.
Man City already looked into.
Yeah,
40,
but they're not going to go
50,
for Ricci. Like he's not
It's Inter
proven enough
Milan.
to go to Man
It's
City.
Inter Milan, in my opinion.
Yeah.
That go for him. But definitely over 40.
I don't have a CDM. I have a striker, personally.
Yeah, that's also very
I have
needed,
a
to be
striker
honest.
because, brother, Tammy Abraham and Morata are cool, but you need someone up top that's gonna
big hitter.
compete with the Lautaros.
This is about to be
I hate
unrealistic.
say it, but
Vlahovic
no,
is-
it's gonna be realistic.
Shit, Vlahovic?
Joshua Zirkzee.
Yeah.
Bring him back to Milan? I
Bring him
see
back?
it.
But he doesn't have
like
goals.
they
Man
had,
Man
they had
United,
the
you think
interest.
you would sell
Loan.
Xerxes?
Loan.
Oh, loan.
He doesn't have goals though.
But he takes goals to Leao. He adds goals to Leao.
Yeah, but we've been saying that.
First,
Leao
do
needs to produce.
you think that Milan need a profile like Xerxes?
No, I want a goal scorer right now. I
Xerxes
want like
a
a
true striker, man.
I want like an Ozzy man, like somebody who's just there to score.
And I want Jessica Alba. Well, I guess that's not right.
It
you
ain't
got
happening. I mean, Osimhen is not the pick for me.
Transformers Megan Fox.
Margot Robbie, Wolf of Wall Street. These are all things that we want, boys.
Loan deal. Who says no though?
Aussie man.
No. He's been wearing a Milan jersey as well.
Wait, you? Oh no, I thought. Okay, no, you're Ricci.
No, I got Ricci.
Ricci.
Millie.
For me, listen, Firms, with Milan, you have to understand, you guys really don't go for big names in January, you know?
Jan Bisek enjoyer, by the way.
7 mil, now worth over 35. But
Yeah.
anyways,
Okay. Like
that's
Malik
called good
Thiaw.
scouting.
That's good stuff.
Like
good
Malik
scouting.
Thiaw.
That's good scouting, Firms. But listen, Firms, I think that you make another dip in the Chelsea tank. Bring Chukwuemeka
Chukwuemeka.
to Milan. Listen, he stinks, but I mean,
This is
that's
another
got-
tweet. This is another tweet that
It's
Millie
not a
read.
tweet. That's just
you
looking
saw
at Chelsea.
Maresca has said that Chukwuemeka and Badiashile are not in Chelsea's plans.
And
for
wow,
this year.
look at Milan signing another Chelsea reject.
But let me
Why
understand.
doesn't it happen?
Let me understand. So Ricci is unrealistic, but Chukwuemeka is.
Chukwuemeka's more realistic.
Way more
It's the
realistic.
same price. It's 30 mil.
Chukwuemeka's like a loan.
And
a loan with option.
Chukwuemeka might be better than Ricci. I'm not going to.
No,
That's English tax right there.
English tax.
Chukwuemeka minutes watched. Maybe for me, like
Bro, if you
5,
go
15.
for another of these like unnamed like whatever English people, like fans are not gonna love this. They're not gonna appreciate.
You
a
need an
signing like
Italian
that.
from.
You need
yes,
an Italian,
but
and I'm
that won't
surprised you got-
happen.
Paolo,
That
who
will
do you
not
got?
happen in
I
January.
got an Italian.
Oh, thank God.
I got an Italian from Fiorentina, Coyote, and
I
he fits
was-
in a right
That's
back.
way too expensive.
No, it's not.
No, I don't think
the
so.
guy's
Contract
played,
is running out.
and the guy hasn't been playing.
Coyote
this
is going to
season.
be like 40 mil.
Brother, he played
Contract
5
is
games.
running out.
He played 5 games in Serie A this season.
yeah,
Been
but then
injured.
you're basically saying Emerson or whatever the they say.
Emerson Royale.
Emerson Royale.
Yes.
Chalked it off.
No,
Yeah.
because Coyote can also play other positions.
Calabria might be gone, so honestly, that's not a bad shout.
I
like
was
that.
thinking Coyote as well.
we
Just-
need Italians. Do you understand?
I get that.
My vote is Pala.
but you've done okay with Chelsea signings.
Yes, but we need Italians.
That's a summer issue in my opinion.
I'm
but
going with Chukwuemeka.
Horrible.
I'll go with.
I'm
I'll
saying
go with Coyote.
realism. I'm adding realism into this and Chukwuemeka.
I'm gonna go with Coyote on this one. I don't think Samuel Ricci is
I said Xerxes.
realistic.
We're literally.
No, Xerxes can fit at Milan, but alone
I
as a
see it
lone
happening.
striker. I don't know, man.
But it's not what they need. It's not what they need right now. You guys need
Yeah, but he's
midfield
available,
stability.
I think. Like, if there's a player who's available between all four of us, it's Chukwuemeka or Xerxes. These two Italian players are not available in January.
These are the most available players out of all.
Doesn't it look bad though? You missed out on Xerxes and now you get him back.
Bro.
It just looks bad. You have to think that Milan fans are mad right now.
Okay, so are you running a PR firm or are you running a football club?
Right now, PR firm.
both.
I'm not even capping.
Enjoy your club. Enjoy Samuel.
Manchester United 14th
Yeah.
on the table, by the way.
Clubs are PR firms at the same time.
If I had to pick between Coyote and Ricci as a January signing, I honestly think Coyote is more realistic.
We just signed a right back though.
You need someone better than
So
Emerson
who's your vote?
long term? It's Coyote.
Okay, so Coyote wins.
I'm saying Ricci though over Xerxes if I have to give my secondary vote because, bro, you have that's a serious.
What's that YouTuber Coyote Peterson?
Coyote.
You got Coyote.
lost the plot.
You got Coyote
Oh.
Peterson on right back, bro.
We've lost the
Now
plot.
we're doing
the spider challenge.
the long nutted beetle.
So we think Milan should go for the Italian youth product, Coyote. He is definitely one to watch. And let's see if Milan's watching him this January. The next team up, though, is Real Madrid, boys. It is a stacked team, but they do have some holes. Who do you think they should sign in January?
Let's talk about their needs.
Look at center back.
Definitely center back, full back.
left back.
Full back. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's definitely a defensive player. We should be
100%.
saying here.
Maybe a
because
CDM if Chouameni is out the door, but that's last.
We're Real Madrid. Trent Alexander-Arnold, 6 months early. You just go and get him.
Trent Alexander-Arnold.
You just go. You put in a bid. You go. You're Real Madrid. Liverpool. Let's say they think, oh, we can't re-sign Trent. 6 months from now, he's going to leave for free. Throw them 40 million. They might actually think about it.
40.
40, 50.
But they do feel confident that they could re-sign him.
Yeah, are they not
Barbar.
trying to re-sign him?
Yeah, but let's say Real Madrid say, here's 300K a week. Liverpool ain't giving him 300K a week. So,
I mean, it's not horrible because then you
a good
just
shout.
you go and buy a left back with that money.
yeah.
40 mil that you would have otherwise not got.
But then when
Damn.
Carvajal comes back, Trent is obviously going to want to play and stuff. Do you put Carvajal on
he
the
starts.
left? Like, how is that going to work?
He starts. Trent
I'm
starts.
sorry, I love
Trent starts.
Carvajal. I'm sorry, I love Carvajal, but there's levels here.
Well, not levels. Like your
There's
time.
levels.
The
Trent,
game start
Trent
pushing
is
him
in
out.
the best right back of all time conversations.
It's either you leave the game or the game
Carvajal
leaves you.
too.
That's just what it
Excuse
is. And
Okay, but
unfortunately, the
imagine
game's leaving
Trent
Carvajal.
whipping crosses to Vinny
It
on
works
a
best.
run.
It works. But we've never seen a Real Madrid without Carvajal that.
Brother, Trent is a way better player than Carvajal, and I love Carvajal.
Yeah, unfortunately, I do think Trent is a crazy. If they could pull that off in January, that's signing of
That's
the.
a move up.
I'm interested in your shouts, guys.
You want to go first? Because they're going to call me a madman.
I mean, I thought I was being tactical with a Miguel Gutierrez shout with the buyback clause from
Not bad.
Girona. Because you get that depth, that solidity. He's been getting playing time as Girona. He brought them. He helped them bring them to the CL2, and Real Madrid have a buyback clause that's basically half of what they're asking for anyway.
much?
So I think for other teams are asking around 35, and they could get them for 16 to 18 million.
Issue is that they don't really. The only position in the back four that they don't really need is left back because they still got Ferland Mendy there.
But Ferland Mendy has been getting a lot of heat because he's dropped from that Real Madrid caliber that they need.
Sure, but Miguel Gutierrez and Ferland Mendy today, I don't think that there's that big of a gap. But
Yeah, but Mendy is not that guy anymore. He needs to
sure,
go.
but you don't need to sign one in January. That's my point.
But he's
I'll
also a
just look at
Fabrica
it.
product. So
You guys are going to call me a madman, and I don't blame you because this is a hefty price tag on this guy, and hipsters will love it. I'm going with Dean Huijsen. Florentino Perez has said that he wants more Spanish players on the team. Dean has switched nationality to be a Spanish player, and I think he fits perfectly. Next to
IRL
Rudiger.
cop-out.
that's IRL cop out.
Cop out for what?
Hey, you
Look
ask
beside a
Barbara.
Spanish player that was never touched Spanish soil, I think, in his life.
Who, Dean?
Yeah.
He's going to be
He's
touching
Spanish
it.
soil.
Yeah?
Yeah.
He's
No, I think
Spanish now.
He was Dutch.
Yeah, he was
But
Dutch.
whatever.
He's
because
Dutch and Spanish.
Dutch because
But whatever. Dean Huijsen, absolute Rolls Royce of a center back. That's more of a Man United transfer.
Rolls
in the summer.
Royce, Rolls Royce. The bar is so low.
And
Barbara, there's
form.
levels. There's levels here. There's a Real Madrid Jan signings and Manchester United summer signings. There's levels.
Dean Huijsen, Manchester United in the summer, book it.
He will be
The
good.
hype
I
is
think he
there.
will be
The
good,
hype is
but
there.
we can't act like last year at Roma. The brother was.
It's Roma,
nothing
you're playing
special.
at Real
Mourinho
Madrid.
glazed him like I've never seen.
Bro,
Mourinho
I know.
glaze
he's
a
going to
center
be
back.
going from playing with Mancini and Senesi to playing with Rudiger.
He's not ready for
That's
Real
an
Madrid.
upgrade.
He's not ready. He's too skinny.
Senesi. I was hearing names like Senesi.
At
Plays with
Bournemouth.
Zabarni, my brother.
Senesi
Well,
last.
Senesi got injured.
Yeah.
We're not talking about Bournemouth.
Hoyson replaced.
Okay, we're not
Senesi.
talking about the structure of the,
Yes,
the
that's
defensive
definitely
board.
not being talked
But you
about
think
right
Dean Hoyson is ready for a jump like that?
He's so skinny, bro. The brother is 6'5".
La
Wait,
Liga-
you
La
see-
Liga,
But
they don't gotta worry.
that's what Real Madrid's looking for.
Yeah, those are things that you could improve. You just gain weight. You know what I mean?
know, I
like
know,
it's
I
not
know.
like he's a bad player that is
they need center-
missing.
they need
That's why
center back live.
that's why they wanted Lenny Yoro to be their fourth center
Yes,
back, because
yes.
they can build him, they can train him in the background while he's building up.
And
that-
you got Rudiger, Adam Militao
Hope that
probably
physique-
starting.
Yeah, but just throw in that absolute cap that Real Madrid actually wanted Lenny Yoro.
Okay,
They were in the
That's
race.
not even cap, but
Threw in one. They said, here, bro, you want 15 mil for him, and they said no.
So, boys, let's vote to see who we think Real Madrid should sign in January. We have 2 Trent Alexander-Arnold shouts, Dean Hoyson and Miguel Gutierrez. It's looking like Trent to Real Madrid in January. Here we go.
It's kind of, I don't know. I'd say it's unlikely, but I'd give it like a 15 to 20% chance at the moment of happening. It's low.
If you could have the chance to sign Trent, my vote is Trent.
I'm saying Liverpool letting. Like,
my issue with Trent is that I don't think Trent in his mind leading down to this Real Madrid transfer would think Liverpool would be so good. Like I think he thought, oh, we're gonna finish 4th or 3rd this season, and then I'll just transfer to Real Madrid because they don't have the ambition.
That is
But
true.
They look like the best team in Europe.
And what happens when Van Dijk, let's say, resigns? Because I think he's the most likely to resign. And Mo Salah follows suit. All of a sudden, does Trent be that one guy that says, nah, I'm not going to resign?
It's okay. He can go see Mbappe, Vinicius, and the rest of them boys and hug them and say, guys, comfort me in this time.
If there's a team to leave, like Real Madrid is...
Madrid.
Real,
I'm
they can't
Hard
get
to look
upset.
back at your ex when you're with a
I'm voting for Trent.
when you're with a 10.
Yeah.
I say Trent.
I know it's hard to believe, but I'm voting for my own player.
Shocking.
No, he's voting for Mike. and
Brother
I'm voting
voted
for
for
yours.
his own player this entire episode. Crazy work.
Listen, it's a dream, but Real Madrid can make those dreams come true. I think Trent Alexander-Arnold is the winner here. Gentlemen, we are down to the final team. It is Arsenal. Who do we think they should sign in January?
If you have been paying attention in this video, you would already know who I have.
Me too.
I have Victor Osimhen. I said that Victor Osimhen would be assigned to a team later in the video. This team is Arsenal. Brother, I think Osimhen's going to be available in January for like 50, 60 mil. That's too good of an opportunity for you to take
Did you say
up.
Osimhen will be available in January?
Yeah.
He will not be available in January.
Osimhen's available right now in January from Napoli. Napoli are trying to sell him right now.
Just give me
Well,
a call.
he has very, very good stats at Galatasaray, so I think Napoli made the smart move. Send him somewhere where he's going to stat pad goals and then sell him for
Get the
way
transfer value
more
back up.
than what you would have sold him if he was on the bench. Osimhen to Arsenal,
I like it.
I like it. I went the same route with the striker, but it's that Kolo
Gyökeres?
Muani shout.
I also have Kolomwani. I think it's.
Kolo Muani.
Oh, I had
I
that
think
first.
this is more.
I'd rather just keep Gabriel Jesus.
No.
No. Come on. now.
Kolomwani has the directness that Gabriel Jesus does not even ever had.
You know what's crazy is that I read that Gabriel Jesus has been the last and only pure striker that Arteta has brought since he's been at Arsenal. They have not reinforced that striker position
Well,
at all.
by pure-
Heavily neglected.
What do you mean by pure?
Like just as an actual number 9, like an actual striker.
The Havertz is what?
Havertz-
But
is not a
Havertz
nine.
could play everywhere, but like
Havertz
as
is a number
striker-
9.
Listen,
Havertz is, bro, you haven't heard the news. Havertz is like Baggio reincarnated, according to Millie.
Baggio?
Baggio.
me?
Oh, Baggio,
Yeah,
the
he can play
ponytail guy.
wherever, bro. He can play anywhere.
What would you put? Do you think Havertz is a pure number 9?
But what do you think he is?
He was
can
signed to
there.
play striker.
And has he been good at it?
No.
So he reinforced the position, though.
Statistically, he's been good at it.
Listen, they haven't really directly addressed the issue, in my opinion. I do think Randall Kolo fixes that.
I agree. Because it just gives you a threat where Gabriel Jesus and Havertz has been lacking. It's that direct threat down the middle, which now it's always the same thing. Like Inzaghi was able to read it and then look at the result versus them. You know it's going to come through Saka. You know it's going to come through the wings. Odegaard, if Odegaard's injured, brother, you're done. And if Saka's injured like he is now, brother, you're cooked.
This is all he did was step back.
Okay.
No.
Like, it's literally
No.
all he did was step back. If Arsenal signed Kolomwani, it's going to be such a stupid signing.
Okay.
I mean, who do you think they like? Where else would they need reinforcements? Winger
I said
position.
Osimhen. Osimhen's an actual difference maker. He actually improves your team. Kolomwani is
I'm with
just
Varv on this one.
a step sideways.
That guy.
I went for a more versatile striker, and his name is Cunha. He could play on the left wing, could
like
replace
that.
Martinelli sometimes,
than
could play
Kolomwani.
striker. He could play right wing when Saka gets injured, because he's out for quite a while now. I think
I
you
had
go for
Cunha,
him.
and then I changed it to Kolomwani because but Cunha is a very
Cunha-
good shout.
I had Colomwani and I switched it to Cunha.
I think we're on the same wave here.
Bro,
I
you
do
need
think
Arsenal need a dynamic, like someone that can play
Yes.
in so many different positions. Hybrid, is it hybrid or dynamic? The word I'm looking for. Hybrid.
Versatile.
Yeah, like a versatile hybrid player.
Yeah.
And Cunha's that guy. It's just a price tag. That's
Yeah.
Listen,
But spend it.
I'll give my vote to Cunha, but I do think it's a bit of a reach because I did say earlier in the video that Cunha is a reach in January. But considering the other options, like I'll give it to Cunha.
I give Cunha also.
I'll give it to Ozzy, man.
And there we have it. Those are the players that we think your club should sign in January. Let us know if those are the picks that you would want your club to make. And as always, we want to thank our patrons for the continuous support. Make sure to check out the new videos that we posted recently. Boys, send them off.
Once again, Happy New Year to all of our viewers. And if you're part of the Box to Box community, this is going to be a big year for us. We have a lot of big plans, so stay tuned because it's going to be a good one.
See you in 2025.
Peace out.